Thank you, 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 thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. This is incredible. And first and foremost, I want to thank God. Because frankly, I consider myself being here amazing grace. Amazing grace. And I am eternally humbled and grateful for the opportunity. I want to thank the Lieutenant Governor, my friend, Kathy Hochul. It has just been such a pleasure to work with you over the years, and I know we will continue to do great things for New York. Thank you. I also, as I was thanking our Reverend Trollinger, thank you for that beautiful prayer. Reverend Trollinger is somebody who is a spiritual mentor for everyone in Westchester. Thank you so much for being here. I want to thank my deputy, Senator Gianaris, for your kind words, and certainly for all the work you've done on behalf of our conference. Thank you. And Senator Griffo, I know this year is going to be a good one for all of us, and I look forward to working with you to make sure that New Yorkers are served in the very best way. Thank you. I'm also obviously looking forward to a great partnership with the governor, Governor Cuomo. We've had a wild ride, but I'm sure we will work together on our shared agenda for New York. And of course, I know my controller friend, we always, point out our controller because, as I say, he's the best controller in the whole country, and he also signs the checks, right? But Tom, thank you so much for all that you've done. And again, I'm looking forward to working closely with you. And of course, my partner, I know you finished up your session so that you could be here. Well, I'm really, really so happy that, again, we will have the kind of partnership we have. I'm looking so forward to it. Thank you so much for your leadership. So I'm in awe. I stand here in awe of everything that has happened. First of all, my conference, 39 members strong. Wow. Wow. We have 15 new members. Wow. We have 14 women in our conference. Wow! And in this chamber, 20 women. Wow! When you think about it, not that long ago, women weren't even allowed to walk on the floor of these chambers. So just because this is a visual we have not seen, can all the women please stand? Please stand. Please stand. Yeah. been amazing, amazing. So anyway, as I said, I have 15 new members, and because I get a chance to introduce all of my new members, I want you to just bear with me because these people are going to change New York, so you need to know who they are. So let me start with Alexandra Biaggi. She's already earned a reputation as a fierce advocate for women's rights, fighting against sexual harassment. I look forward to her serving as the Senate's Ethics Committee Chair and working to clean up Albany and rebuild the voters' trust. Next, I want you to meet Jim Gorin. Jim? Jim has decades of experience in the public sector and public service and will be vital as the chair of the Committee on Local Government. Next, I want you to meet Andrew Gennardis. Andrew's got a life too of public service, and his commitment to providing a stronger voice for the residents of Brooklyn is outstanding. Thank you, Andrew. And I want you to meet Pete Harcum. Pete Harcum's experience in public office is going to be a great value, and we look forward to working with him, especially as a fellow Westchester County representative. So thank you, Pete. I'm honored to welcome the first, and the Lieutenant Governor talked about a lot of firsts, and we got a lot of firsts, and so I'm welcoming the first Muslim state senator, Robert Jackson. Robert is a powerful advocate for education fairness, and Robert, we're lucky to have you in the Senate. Join me in welcoming Senator Anna Kaplan. Another first, the first Iranian American elected to the state Senate. Anna will continue her service to Nassau County families and will work tirelessly to help grow Long Island and the New York economy. Thank you. Let us welcome. We're not done yet with our first. Let us welcome Senator John Liu, first Chinese American. John has a depth of knowledge and experience that will benefit all of his constituents and all of New Yorkers. Next, another first, Senator Monica Martinez. First Salvadorian senator, dedicated her life to public service, education, a wonderful addition to this body, and I know she'll fight hard for Long Island families. Looking forward to work with Rachel May. Rachel's chairing our Committee on Aging, and she will work diligently to serve our seniors and represent upstate families and the communities. Thank you, Rachel. Pleased to introduce you to Jen Metzger. Jen Metzger from the Hudson Valley. She's chair of the Senate Agricultural Committee, and she'll help our farmers and agribusinesses grow and prosper while also protecting the environment and natural resources. Another first. Zelnor Myrie. First Costa Rican senator. He understands affordable housing crisis that's facing many New Yorkers, and as the Elections Committee chair, he'll move our state forward to empower voters and cut red tape. Zellner Myrie. Next, I want you to meet Jessica Ramos. Jessica has strong roots in her community, and I know that her leadership, especially as labor chair, will be crucial for our progress and success. Jessica Ramos. Yes, Julia. I want you to meet Senator Julia Salazar. Julia's activism in civil rights and immigration will be important as we address many crucial issues facing New Yorkers. She'll be a fierce advocate for her district and for all of us. Now, both Senator Ramos and Senator Salazar are first as well, the first Colombian senators in the state Senate. Senator Jim Skoufis. Senator Skoufis is willing and eager, and really willing and eager, to stand up and fight powerful interests and corrupt politics in Albany. He's already proven to be a great representative in the Hudson Valley when he was in the Assembly, and we're looking forward to him delivering real results for his community. Thank you, Senator Skoufis. And last but not least, another history maker, first Indian American senator, Senator Kevin Thomas. Amazing. An amazing thing. Senator Thomas has made history joining his colleagues in a diverse Senate Democratic majority. His experience fighting for the less fortunate and ensuring fairness and opportunities will make him a truly exceptional senator for Long Island and all of New York State. So there you have all the new members. And you know, we're all sort of lavishing praise on all our new members, but I want to thank, obviously, the members who have been through a lot. And thank you all for being strong and steadfast and committed, and for really being the critical glue that made this moment possible. Thank you all so very much. What an honor to serve as your leader. And I know that Senator Griffith will get a chance to more appropriately introduce the new members, but I do want to welcome Daphne Jordan. And Daphne, stand up. And Bob Antonacci. Hi, Bob. Welcome. Okay. So now, I just talk a little bit about this day. And, you know, as I reflect on what this day means, I think of opportunities and barriers. I think of all the giants whose names we know: Sojourner, Harriet, Susan, Eleanor, just to name a few, Shirley, and the sacrifices that they made to make this moment possible. And I also think about the giants in my life. You've heard, many of you before, about my parents, Beryl and Bob. My father was a World War II hero who served in a segregated army. He won medals for his country and for his valor, and then came back to home and was denied many things, even the GI Bill, because of the color of his skin. I think of my mother, a woman who, because of her gender and her race, was not given a fair shot. She always wanted to be a lawyer, but that opportunity, for so many reasons, was denied her. She typed 100 words a minute, but was denied even an opportunity to work in a corporation or private business. So she entered the workforce through civil service and made her mark in New York City government. I think of my brother, Bobby, a Vietnam War veteran who's accomplished so many things in his life, always supporting the bedrock of the family. I think of my late husband, Tom, and all of his sacrifices that he made so that I could pursue opportunities and dreams. I wish he were here with me today to see all that I've accomplished. But I have our children, Kevin and Stephen and Candace, and their beautiful families, my grandchildren. And we all know that our families sacrifice so much for us to do this. So I thank you for having been patient and loving, and I am so very grateful that you are here with me in this special moment. And I love you. I love you very much. Thank you. Since our nation's founding, those chosen by the people to lead our government have faced the choice of traveling down two paths: the path of putting up barriers or the path of creating opportunities. We know all too well which path some of today's leaders have chosen. We need only to look at Washington, where the administration has embraced the path of putting up barriers to the extreme, that has literally shut down the federal government to build a wall. But not all barriers are that obvious. Sometimes, even in seemingly progressive places like New York, barriers still exist. We are going to break down some more barriers. We are going to tell the rest of the country that New York is about opportunities, not barriers, not walls, not division, opportunity. How are we going to tell them? We're going to tell them by making democracy work. We're going to implement early voting, combat voter suppression, make registering to vote easier, allow voting by mail. We're finally going to give New Yorkers an honest, functional, ethical government that they deserve. We'll restore the public trust by closing the LLC loophole, reforming our campaign finance system, making sure state contracts are fully vetted, and shining a light on how government works. We're going to continue to build our economy and create new jobs. We're going to stop the exodus from our state, and we're going to make sure all of New York, upstate, downstate, urban, suburban, rural, grows economically. While our national government vindictively uses the tax laws to punish our state, we're going to lower our tax burden for middle-class New Yorkers and make the tax cap permanent. We're going to reduce mandates on local governments. We're going to help our small businesses, including MWBEs, thrive. We're going to make sure that New York laws recognize that women's rights are human rights. We will pass the Reproductive Health Act. We will pass the Reproductive Health Act. And comprehensive contraceptive care. I stand here, the first woman leader of a legislative house in state history. And if we do this right, I cannot and will not be the last. Cannot and will not. But let me make my voice clear. We need to deal with the scourge of sexual harassment in the workplace. We cannot let this moment and movement pass. We will hold hearings, and we will hold all accountable. In this chamber, we will stand up for our LGBTQ community and pass real protections, including gender. We will stand up for our immigrant brothers and sisters and make sure their rights are respected and protected. This is New York, after all. We'll make sure our children and every New Yorker has access to quality, affordable health care. We'll make sure all New York children have access to quality education that they deserve, and that all our children have access to quality, affordable higher education. We are going to pass the DREAM Act. And we are going to name the bill for our former colleague, Jose Peralta, who championed this bill. We're going to stand up for victims of child sexual abuse and finally pass the Child Victims Act. We're going to protect tenants and ensure that we provide affordable housing throughout New York. We're going to reform our criminal justice system. We're going to pass bail reform, speedy trial, ensure our system treats everyone equally. We're going to lead the way in keeping our families safe from guns and gun violence. We were going to keep the guns out of the hands of dangerous individuals, fix our flawed background check process, pass safe storage legislation, and ban bump stocks. We will have bold investments in our infrastructure, which have been neglected for far too long. That means restoring MTA to an international transit model, improving roads and bridges and tunnels across our state. And again, we believe in science and understand the dangers of climate change. We're going to work together to protect our environment. I could probably stay up here for hours. Colleagues, this is just part of an ambitious agenda, and there's nothing to stop us, and so much more we have to accomplish. But we've been sent here to be ambitious, to make New York a beacon of hope and progress for the rest of our country. And as I said at the beginning, our leaders have always been at crossroads. And as senators, as New Yorkers, as Americans, we could choose the path of putting up barriers, or we could choose the path of creating opportunity. By delivering this diverse, talented, and historic group of senators to Albany, the people of our great state have made it crystal clear which path they expect us to take. So, I address my colleagues on both sides of the aisle. From every corner of New York, I invite you and all of us to join to create opportunity for every New Yorker, to level the playing field for every child, and to make this state as great as the people who live in it. Thank you so very much. Let's get to work.